Hello there everyone, it's Carol from the Crafty Emporium. Thought I'd wave with this hand today. Today I am bringing you a journal that I have made as my very first design team project for Victoria Designs. So I hope that you'll like my interpretation of the Alice in Wonderland kits that I got from them to be able to produce this journal. So I'm just going to go ahead and I don't know what that's all about. I'm just going to go ahead and show you the journal that I've made. So on the front here, as you can see, I've got the playing cards. I've got a drink me and an eat me tag. I've got the key on here and I've got a lock. I've put some narrow lace on the border there and also on the back. And this is actually one of the papers from one of the circus kits that they've got as well, which I just thought went really nicely with the Alice pictures. So I've done blue seam binding ribbon closure because she always wears a blue dress, doesn't she? And I have put on some metallic beads on the ends of the ribbons here as well. So I didn't dye the ribbon, as I say, I just decided to keep it the blue because, as I say, Alice wears a blue dress, so I thought that was rather fitting. On the inside here I've done a pocket and put one of the journaling cards on here, and then this is actually a paper from another kit that they have, but I just thought it was really nice with the graph paper and the flower on and the Ex Libre book plate. These are part of another kit as well, the background papers, but again from the same sort of colourways and things that it all just blended beautifully. This is one of the pages from another one of the kits, and on this side here I've done my little notes page that I have. These are part of the tickets that come with the kit, and I've formed them into a belly band, and then I've just used some of my peel-offs to just separate each of the tickets. And as I say, I've made it into a belly band, so there's a page tucked behind. Twinkle, twinkle, little bat, how I wonder what you're at. So that just slips under there. Sorry, it's a little bit difficult now because I've got the paper clip there. There we go. So on this side here I've done an altered paper clip. So I've just punched out a heart shape from one of the pages and attached it to one of the paper clips so that something can be placed underneath there. I've also used some washi tape here, some measuring washi tape, because this page is all about how she grows big. So it says, sorry you're much too big, simply impassable. So I just thought it tied in with that. So on this page I've used one of the cards, and behind there I've just printed off one of the papers. It says, if you drink much from a bottle marked poison, it is certain to disagree with you sooner or later. Well, you can't disagree with that one, can you? I've put a paper bag here and I've put it in long ways on, and inside the bag what I've done is I've used some of my gorgeous papers in the reds and the purples to just counteract the sort of brown colours, so it's just to add a little bit of colour into the journal itself. And I've just left that blank so that can be written on or decorated as needs be. And I've used some purple baker's twine on the top of that. This is a coffee dyed page and I've just put a border on it, and again some more of the peel off border. Here I just made a couple of the little banners and done them as a tuck, stuck this clock on there, and then printed out some of the cards and just tucked those underneath the banner. Now, we were having a little debate about this and someone googled the answer, and I can't remember what the answer was, but why is a raven like a writing desk? Leave that one with you. This is some more paper from one of the background paper kits. Very neutral, so in fact whilst it fits in beautifully with this kit, it would actually fit in quite well with quite a lot of journals where you use coffee dyed paper because it's all of a similar colourway. I added an envelope. I did an envelope as well, and I stuck one of the cards on the front of the envelope and cut out a tag. This was a freebie from being a newsletter subscriber. So I just took that one in there, and then on the other side of the envelope, this is the flap of the envelope, and inside the flap I added one of the journaling cards, some of the tickets which I cut up, and then a tag with drink me, and then I got some hand dyed seam binding there as well. And then in the top of the envelope I just slit the envelope open and put in some decorative paper of my own that I'd got in my stash. Here I've just attached one of the journaling cards to act as a tuck spot and printed off one of the pages and reduced it in size, so that's now a journaling card. Just added another paper border here and another peel off border there as well. This is another paper bag, and inside the paper bag there are two of the journaling cards, and on the back of the journaling cards I attached some playing cards and left them open so that they came a bit of a pocket, and just tucked in some leftover papers behind there. So that's those. This is another one of the pages with the March Mad Hair on there. I want a clean cup. Let's all move one place on. I could do with that actually. It would save me washing up. Here I made a little notebook, and the notebook is actually just hanging over the top of a banner there, a sort of a bit of a belly band. It says, sometimes I've believed in, oh, get my teeth in gear again. Sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. I've used the gorgeous papers here, just decorated it up with some of the images from the kit. Added a paper, punched out paper doily here from one of my die cuts, and then included some coffee dyed lined paper inside the booklet. So now what happens is the back of the booklet goes behind the banner, and then it all tucks underneath this little circle with a button on to prevent it from slipping over. Here I just ripped out one of the images from the kit and made it into a tuck spot, and then I cut out a really big tag, added a pocket on the front, and then inserted a couple of the cards inside of that. But then on the back as well, I did a pocket on the back and did the same again, added another one of the cards on the back. So it's a double whammy large tag. On the next page I did a pocket, did some punched paper edging on the edge of the pocket, and then attached one of the tickets here onto the pocket, which also then acts as a belly band, and underneath there is a little booklet that I made from a couple of the journaling cards, and just added in some of the leftover scraps of paper that I'd got. So it just tucks underneath there, and then inside the pocket there's a journaling card, which is a page which I've reduced down in size. This is another one of the pages from another one of the kits. Again, some more of the background papers. Here I attached 2 of the pages, the same page together, and this is the centre of the single signature. And then when you open it up, it's got the hearts of the Mad Hare, the Queen, Alice is in the middle, then there's the Mad Hatter, and then there's the White Rabbit acting as a knave. And I've left it open so that in the top there's some of the other journaling cards. And there's some more in that side as well. And I've actually got a tutorial on my YouTube channel of how I do the hearts as well. But this was a way of covering over the stitched in signature. Here I've done another altered paper clip cut out as a heart shape, and then I've just inserted underneath one of the leftover papers that I'd got, and I just cut it up to make a journaling card. Here I use some playing cards, and instead of having a normal waterfall, because I thought, well, this is Alice in Wonderland and everything is a little bit topsy-turvy and upside down, so I thought I'd do the waterfall sideways on. Excuse me. So you flip it over, and on the back side there is a pocket, and inside the pocket is a ticket and a little playing card, and the same on the next one, and the next one, and the next one. In fact, the bottom one has got 2 playing cards in there, so that's 6 and 7, 8, 9 and 10 of clubs. On the next page I just cut out of the gorgeous papers again, just using one of my die cuts, a shaped piece, and then on top of that I just attached one of the journaling cards, which also acts now as a little pocket. But I attached it so that the red part also forms a pocket as well, and so there's some journaling cards in the back of there. And then, as you probably saw on the back, I've just printed some red hearts and black spades on the back. This is another one of the pages again, the background pages. And here again we've got one of the paper bags, and inside the paper bags again is exactly the same as previously, in that there's 2 of the journaling cards, and then on the back I've attached playing cards, and attached the playing cards to form a pocket, so that inside the pocket there's just some loose papers in there. So there's plenty of room to journal in this book that I've made. This is another one of the leftover papers, just placed underneath one of the gold paper clips that I altered by punching out a heart shape. This is the other side of the envelope, and we've got exactly the same again, in that this is the flap of the envelope. I've slit the top of the envelope open, and there's a piece of journaling paper in there, and then there's some washi tape across the top here, and again it has the journaling card in it, and a couple of the tickets, and a tag of the Mad Hatter, and another tag that says "Eat Me," and some more of the seam binding, which I've dyed. And on the other side there's another journaling card and another one of the tags that came as a freebie. So another one of the papers again. Here I made an envelope out of one of the papers, and what I did was I attached the envelope so that the flap is on this side, and you can actually flip it open. Sorry, let me just move it along a little. So you can flap it open, and then inside the envelope there's a journaling card. And then on the back side of the envelope I've attached a belly band, put a journaling card underneath, but with the belly band I use my punches to just give a decorative edge on the top and the bottom. I added a couple of buttons at each end, and I put a heart-shaped key in the middle of the band. Here, this is the flap of the envelope, and I'll just put one of the journaling cards underneath the flap. This is the other side of the paper bag where I said that I'd done a long tag. So this was using the gorgeous papers again to just put a tag inside of there, and again some baker's twine at the top. Another one of the papers, one of the background papers. This is another one of the pages, and on this side I attached 3 of the tags and did it so that you can, in fact if I just pull this across a little you can see better. So again you can just pull this out so that you've got the 3 tags there, but it also means then you've got 2 tags to write on the back of, and the 3rd tag which I attached to the page I've now also made it into a tuck spot so that there's 3 of the cards, the playing cards from the kit, are tucked behind there, which can be used as journaling cards. And then I used like a vintage washi tape measuring tape. It's a mouthful to say. Washi tape measuring tape on the page, because again it ties in with this one being too tall. On this side I created one of the envelopes with a piece of paper. Used Alice as the tuck spot for the flap so that the flap comes up and that goes down. There's some journaling cards in there, and then that opens up so that you've got a writing space here. But also then, it's curled over a little, but also then attach the envelope so that it's also a belly band so that you can tuck some journaling cards or tags behind there. So I've done this tag here, and again use the purple baker's twine. That's that little page that I do, and then here I've done a page that flips out so that you've got again double the amount of journaling space if you so wish, again with the decorative paper here and here. And then the back is the same as the front in that it's got a pocket on the back, and it's got some journaling paper in there as well. Now one of the things that I didn't show you on the front, and in fact let me just get this little card out here to show you. I've attached these cards to the pocket so that in actual fact you can tuck something behind there as well. So if you want a little secret place to hide a little secret something, then you can do so there. And it's also the same on the front as well. I've done it so that you can tuck a little something down inside there as well. Well, that's my, where did that go? That's my Alice in Wonderland journal. As I say, using VectoriaDesigns. I will put the links up of all the kits that I used in the description box down there. And I hope that you've enjoyed having a peruse through my journal, and hopefully in the next day or two I'm going to have some little announcements to make, so watch this space carefully. Speak to you soon. Thanks very much for watching. Ta-ra.